your number one source for local sports in north central Kansas. This is KD Country 94 and Z96.3 Sports with Dusty Deines.
Third down and goal at the 6. Stahlbomber pressured, rolls left, now comes back to the middle of the field, Mahomes-like. Now he throws over the middle, and a sensational one-handed catch in the back of the end zone from the 6'4" Thomas Atkins of Hanover. And the East leads 18-8 on a scintillating 6-yard touchdown pass from Stahlbomber to Atkins with the one-hand grab in the back of the end zone.
That was the most exciting play of the 8-man All-Star games, as we'll have a recap of those games coming up in this Sportscast. We'll also take a look at the NBA Finals, Game 6 coming up tonight. The future looks brighter for the Kansas City Royals after Wednesday and the U.S. Open beginning in golf. But first, a new hockey champion was crowned on Wednesday night.
From worst to first in just over 5 months, the St. Louis Blues, for the first time in franchise history, have won the Stanley Cup. They mob Jordan Binnington to our right, throwing their gloves and sticks up in the air. The Blues have done it. They defeat the Bruins in Game 7.
The final score in Game 7 was 4-1 in favor of the Blues. They led 2-0 after 2 periods and scored the first 2 goals of the third for a 4-0 lead. Ryan O'Reilly scored the first goal for the Blues in the contest, and when all was said and done, he won the Conn Smythe Trophy as the first player since Wayne Gretzky in 1985 to score a goal in 4 consecutive Cup final games. Head coach Craig Berube has brought the Blues their first Cup.
I don't know if I have a better feeling ever in hockey, to be honest with you. I'm so proud of our players. I really am. And I'm so happy for the city of St. Louis and all our fans. That's what I feel right now. A lot of these guys played a long time, finally got a cup, and just the will and the battle they went through, I'm so happy for them.
The run for the Blues was very improbable. They had the worst record in hockey after the first 37 games, but on Wednesday night, they were on top of the NHL world, winning the Stanley Cup. As the NHL crowned their champion last night, the Toronto Raptors have their second chance to win a title tonight in the NBA Finals. As feared for the Golden State Warriors, Kevin Durant will be out for the rest of the NBA Finals. Durant confirmed on Instagram that he did indeed rupture his Achilles and had successful surgery on the injury on Wednesday. Coach Steve Kerr is remorseful as the Warriors move on without Durant.
The main thing is our concern for Kevin. Obviously, everybody feels horrible for what happened. This last month was a cumulative, collaborative effort in his rehabilitation. Now, would we go back and do it over again? Damn right. But that's easy to say after the results.
Game 6 of the NBA Finals is tonight in Oakland, the final game at the Oracle before they move to a new arena next season. Raptors hold a 3-2 series lead and look to win their first title in franchise history, while the Warriors hope to force Game 7. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock. The Kansas City Royals were back on the field on Wednesday night, falling in the end as a sac fly in the 8th gave the Tigers a 3-2 victory at Kauffman Stadium. Even though the Royals lost on the field, they made a move off the field that could lead to many wins down the road. Bobby Witt Jr., the second overall pick in this year's draft, signed his rookie contract with KC for the full slotted value of the pick, which is nearly $7.8 million. Witt was rich with emotions and also now money.
First off, I'd like to thank all the Royals organization, everyone. It's been a blessing just to be now a part of this organization and everything, and then just seeing the facilities and everything, the scoreboard, it's amazing. And then I don't know about the money thing yet. Just kind of save it for a while.
Royals general manager Dayton Moore expects Witt to be playing soon and most likely in the Arizona Rookie League this summer. As heard at the beginning of this Sportscast, the West All-Stars came away with the sweep in the 34th annual 8-man All-Star Games at Trojan Field of Beloit. Division II West winning 54-28, the Division I West team winning 36-12. In the Division II game in the morning, the West got out to the early lead, a 1-yard touchdown run from Minneola's Jeremy Poff, and Poff added a 2-point run to make it 8-0. East answered quickly. Hanover's Dakin Stahlbomber connected with his classmate Cade Cohorst on a 50-yard pass that would help set up a 1-yard touchdown run for Stahlbomber, as it was 8-6 West. On the next possession for the West, the East got an interception. 3 plays later, Stahlbomber found Hunter Cook of Axtell on a 5-yard touchdown pass to give the East a 12-8 advantage. The East would push their lead to 18-8 on the 6-yard touchdown pass. The sensational grab you heard earlier from Thomas Atkins of Hanover, as Stahlbomber added a 2-point run to make it 20-8. The West came right back, though. Local product Brandon Grauerholtz of Thunder Ridge had a 24-yard touchdown run to get the West within 20-16. Later in the second quarter for the West, Anton Faust of Otis Bison had an 8-yard touchdown run to put the West up 24-20. In the third quarter, 2 Osborne players would hook up early on.
There's all kinds of movement, no flags. They throw it up deep back corner, end zone, Holloway to Cade Miller. And the Osborne Bulldogs made the connection. Holloway to Miller, back corner end zone for the 6-yard touchdown pass. He just threw it up nice and high, and Miller just went up and got it.
A 2-point pass to Luke Johnson gave the West a 32-20 lead. West doubled up the score later in the third to make the score 40-20. That would be the closest the East would get the rest of the way, as the West outscored the East 46-8 after trailing at one point 20-8, again a 54-28 victory. Following that was the Division I All-Star game where the West won 36-12. After putting up goose eggs in the first quarter, the East finally got on the board at the 3:02 mark of the second quarter.
4th and 12 for the East. To the left hip of Rice, that's Greenwood, who comes in motion to the near side. Bailiff and Lewis to the far side. Rice fires quickly over the middle. Catch is made by Goodman. Touchdown East. Ezra Goodman on the pass over the middle confuses the defense. And that's an 18-yard touchdown pass from Corbin Rice of Caldwell to Ezra Goodman from Argonia and Attica.
The West got the ball back with 2:56 remaining in the first half. Capped the drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by Cody Baxter of St. Francis. Miles Mingus of Central Plains connected with his fellow classmate Brent Liebel on a 2-point pass to give the West an 8-6 lead at halftime. The second half proved to be different. The East took the opening drive 65 yards in 6 plays. A 3-yard touchdown by Rice ended that drive to give the East a 12-8 lead. The West answered right back, though, on their first possession of the third quarter, going 57 yards in 8 plays, finishing with a 3-yard touchdown run by Baxter again, as the West took a 14-12 lead. An interception by Matt Doherty of Little River on the next East possession sent the West up, as Mingus later scored on a 2-yard touchdown run out of the 2-point conversion to go up 22-12 with 1:30 remaining in the third. Early in the fourth quarter, taking over with 11:45 remaining, the West went on a classic drive to put the game out of reach. 14 plays, 65 yards, culminating in a 1-yard touchdown run by Mason Dole of Central Plains. The West led 30-12. Trying to fight back into the game, the East went into passing mode on the next drive.
Rice. Quick pass. Oh, right there to read it and intercept it on the near side. It's picked off by the West squad, and Winholz taking it all the way into the end zone down this near sideline for the touchdown for the West. Cooper Winholz picked it off 36-12 with 4:52 remaining on the 34-yard pick six from Cooper Winholz.
The East would turn it over on downs on their final possession. The West would run out the clock for the 36-12 win. For full stats and everything else you need to know about the 8-man All-Star games, check out 8manallstars.com. And finally in sports and golf, the U.S. Open beginning today at Pebble Beach in California. Notable tee times for day one. The 2-time defending U.S. Open champion Brooks Koepka hits the course at 3:57 this afternoon. Tiger Woods tees off at 4:09. He'll be joined by Jordan Spieth and Justin Rose. Morning tee times for Phil Mickelson, Gary Woodland, and Dustin Johnson at 10:13. Stay tuned on our noon and 5 o'clock sportscast for an update from round one of the U.S. Open. That's a look at sports on your sports leader in North Central Kansas, KD Country 94 and Z96 point through the lake. Sportscast is brought to you by Zachary Ace Hardware in Beloit. I'm Dusty Deines.